We come at last to the myth of Sisyphus by Albert Camus. It deals with many serious subjects, tragic even. The human nostalgia is one of those items explored. And so, this is where we shall begin. But to somewhat be playful, I will start with this. Do you hear that sound, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability. Wait, I think I'm on the wrong script here. Would you like to start over? Yes, please. The sound that I was just playing is a song called July Morning. Here we are, a July morning.
There I was on a July morning, looking for love.
I was 14. It was my first ever rock concert experience. I used to hang out with a bunch of guys, 6 or 7 years my senior, who were kind enough to, put up with me. This gave me access to a lot of grown-up experiences. This is one of them. The venue of this concert, the West End Hotel. So many memories at the West End. It's one of these resort-style hotels, spread out over a large property. And Bangalore, being the garden city of India, sort of like a forest. The hotel was in the main building. The rooms were all spread out to be this roadways, byways, leading in different directions. And one of these roads led to a clearing. And this is where the concert, Uriah Heep, was held. So many things to remember from that night. And one of them was this, one of their hit songs called July Morning. The West End Hotel in Bangalore, filled with nostalgia for me. So many memories. Someday, if we have the good fortune of sitting around a campfire, I hope you will ask me and then allow me to recollect them. There's a line from Albert Camus. If I were to sort of catalog this memory, build a tombstone of sorts, of course I'd title it July Morning, but then, in the end, an epigraph, an epitaph. It's from Albert Camus. It goes, the memory of a lost home, the hope of a promised land. You can see that it sort of fits in here, but Albert Camus.
At the sound of the first bird singing, I was leaving for home, with the storm and the night behind me.
Albert Camus used this line in a completely different context. He said, as human beings, we are deprived of the memory of a lost home or the hope of a promised land. That is like saying, we don't know where is home, what is home. We are alien, a stranger to this planet. Camus says, our exile here is without remedy. In other words, we have lived here for thousands of years, and all we have is nostalgia. If we talk in relation to the planet, which we call home, we can't be certain that we belong here. And if this question becomes conscious in our active mind, then we are unable to respond, answer in the affirmative. And so, a little backtrack. We'd have to go back to the previous video titled, I Wonder. And from here, draw out a few contemplative thoughts. For example, if we give any sort of merit to the myth of Prometheus, then we can entertain this idea that we are not off the earth, we were placed here. we're sort of in exile. This is, of course, a theme that is explored widely, that we don't belong to the earth, like all of the other living beings do. There are other themes that you could explore. For example, the threat of human extinction, which is a possibility once again. This time there's no Prometheus. We're on our own. And if there was this possibility of commissioning a celestial agent to take our message to the gods, that we might be in need of rescue, one could imagine all the gods being summoned to a summit to discuss this very issue and come up with a resolution that this is a situation created by man. They are the ones who would have to solve it. We cannot interfere. But never mind all these digressions. If we stick to the first one, that man is not of the earth, all we have to live on is our nostalgia, that we are deprived of the memory of a home or the hope of a promised land, which results in a feeling of anxiety. Martin Heidegger is credited with this thought. Mere anxiety is at the source of everything. This is the beginning of absurdity. There are three basic elements that Camus helps us understand, explore, elucidate in the myth of Sisyphus: absurdity, hope, and death. Camus would call it a dance between these three elements, and he helps us explore each one of them. And we, the spectators, are called upon with our ability to judge this dialogue, this dance between absurdity, hope, and death.